I hereby call this meeting to order. First order of business are the minutes from April 1st. Any comments or questions?
Is there a video?
Yeah, the video's on automatic. It's already set. Yes.
So I sent to the commission members a copy of the proposed attachments to the minutes. If you need a copy of that, I have it, but that would be for all the different things we spoke about at that meeting. And I had a question on one attachment for the April meeting. Because it was mentioned, but I'm not sure if we have to read it into the record, we could do that tonight. This was the complaint of the town that we received from ANC Trust 2015.
Right.
I think it should be in the April minutes as an attachment.
It's an awful big attachment.
No, it's not going to be in
Okay.
it's just a list of attachments. So
I
it's
see.
referenced as
just reference.
of
Yes.
things that we talked about
That's
during
fine.
the meeting. So that's one of the ones that would be both in the April meeting, and if we talk about anything tonight, it would be tonight's meeting minutes too. So just
Very good.
the list of attachments. And then there's
Tell
another,
Kristen. She has to know.
there's another letter that Ralph sent to ANC Trust that we received in the interim. And I don't know if we should put that into this meeting. It's dated 3/21. Or if we should put that as a list of attachments in April or tonight's
If we
meeting.
didn't receive it till before this meeting.
So it should be in
go next
tonight's.
meeting. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take it off this. So my adjustment is taking that off the list of attachments for 4/1/24. Otherwise, the other attachments are,
Right. Now,
certificate of appropriateness, et cetera.
Kristen's keep taking minutes to this meeting. Have you coordinated with her in terms of, okay,
Yes.
good. Okay, so you guys are all set. Very good, thank you.
But we're going to have some training on posting to the
Good.
website, and there's someone at the town halls helping with that.
That's
Everything's
great.
been
That's
posted
good.
now. We're all up to date on postings.
Good.
All the minutes have now been posted with attachment lists for all the
Great.
prior meetings.
Thank you.
So we're good there. Okay, that was the only comment I
There
had.
was one other thing, I don't have a copy in front of me, but I think you wrote CAN for certificate.
Yeah, I have to change, I
You
saw
changed
that,
that.
yeah, CNA, yeah,
Okay.
I changed that.
Do I hear a motion?
I move that we accept the minutes.
I second.
Okay, we'll start with you.
What do I do again? I said
Your name and how you
yeah.
vote.
I vote yes.
Deborah Chialfi, aye.
William Kendall, aye.
Bud Lawrence, aye.
Garrett Stuck, aye.
Caroline Bolger, aye.
Minutes are passed. All right, accepted. Treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report. So I have data basically as of the last meeting, 4/2/2024. Our general expense account was $794.50. The town farm expense account, $195.72. The WHC trust, $18,838.92. The town farm trust, $7,190.07. The Wolf Pit School Trust, $8,150.40. And I would just add that there is work going on at the town farm, and so there's been money coming in and out of that account. And Tony Millam has been coordinating that, but he's away right now. So I've replaced Michael as the point person on the
Lucky you.
commission. Yeah. So that's all.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I
Motion to
move.
accept.
Second?
Okay, let's start on this end. Carolyn.
Caroline Bolger, aye.
Garrett Stuck, aye.
Bud Lawrence, aye.
William Kendall, aye.
Deborah Chialfi, aye.
Beverly Shook, aye.
Very good. And I think it's time for our first item on the agenda, 1994 Main Road. Hi. You want to bring a chair? You want to pull a chair up or whatever? Whatever's easiest for you. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so I have some pictures.
Good.
I only made 3 of each, so maybe you guys can.
We can pass them around.
Barbara, would you just state your name for the minutes?
Barbara Brewer.
Very good.
Thank you.
This is
You can
for
share.
our second home in 1994. We're planning to do like a heat pump, which will provide air conditioning. And I a little orange arrow, which shows you sort of, you can't really see it very well at all. But, it'll be in the, at the northeast corner of the house.
Which is the orange arrow?
I think that might be the orange arrow.
Okay.
So, it'll be over here somewhere, yeah,
And
back
we're
there.
gonna
This is
be
the
in the
private
back there.
road here,
Uh-huh.
back in here, really not visible.
So it's going to be at the rear of the house, is that
Yeah,
correct?
at the
The
back
north.
corner.
Northwest corner, northeast corner, excuse me, yeah.
Northeast corner,
You got that?
Is it,
so
it's
there's a
here.
big bush right in front, so
It's
it's
Bushes
with
don't
that
count,
arrow,
I'm afraid.
so you can see it.
Okay.
It's
so
there.
hard to see.
Yeah,
On this photo, is it here? Is it back in there?
It's behind that bush.
Behind this bush?
Behind this.
This
little-
bush? So
Yeah.
it's behind this little bump
Yeah,
out?
in between the bush and the tree.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
Right here, there.
And,
Okay.
So
then
just east of the bulkhead? Is that right?
East of the bulkhead,
Uh-huh.
and, well, there's a bush then. There's a
Okay, so
bulkhead, the bush,
this
and
side.
then.
Yeah.
and-
Well,
and
it can't be just east of the bulkhead because you'd trip over it as you were coming out of the bulkhead.
Right, there's a big, like a bush.
Okay, so it's
Call it
further
behind.
east, it's further east than that, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
in the corner, like the
Okay.
northeast corner, the back corner. And this is, picture of the unit, and it tells you the measurements.
Okay.
I've got enough for everybody.
Will it sit on the ground or be suspended?
On the ground, yeah. I have plenty of these.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Is there a, I should know this because I live right next door, but is there a, an air conditioner there already?
No,
No.
No,
no,
okay.
right now we have like plantings there.
28 by
Those will
24,
come out.
25.
2 feet by 2 feet.
And just given the last 2 summers, how hot and humid it was, we just feel like, and we had it rented last summer to a very nice lady from California, and she really suffered in the heat. So we feel, and we have it rented again this year to an elderly couple, so we feel we need to provide a better environment for them.
Will there be any piping or cables running from the unit to the house or up the house?
No.
No, it'll all be
No,
underground?
It's not a mini split like you have.
Okay, yeah,
It's
no, it
not
doesn't go
gonna-
up the
it's gonna
side,
go- We
okay.
already have venting in the basement, we have hot air heat,
Aha,
so it's just gonna go,
directly into the
Directly
basement.
into
You're trenching it, in other words.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
what we're looking at is just essentially an air conditioner,
Right,
24,
right.
24, 20,
Like
25 inches, you know,
Right.
this big, and pretty well, I think could go quite well in that location.
Yeah, it's perfect location.
It's not one of the heat pumps that go on, the
Right.
big ones that stick up on the walls.
No.
And this is the only one, or was this an additional one?
No, it's the only one. We
No,
have
it's
window
gonna-
air conditioners upstairs.
Oh,
This is
okay.
only gonna handle the downstairs of the house.
Will it
Okay.
replace window air conditioners?
No, not at this time.
Right, you don't even have those, okay.
We have the window air
No,
conditioner.
downstairs.
No, we don't have
Yeah,
any
okay.
air conditioning
I got it,
downstairs,
I
and
got
that's
it.
why we're doing this,
I hear you.
rather than put window air.
Motion to approve?
Well, are there any abutters here?
Oh, any butters want to make any comments?
We did speak with Kat and Matt, who live next door on
Hmm.
that side,
Mm-hmm.
and they have no problem with it.
Okay, good.
Like, they just.
I move that we approve.
I vote we approve.
Okay, you were saying,
Bill did the motion to approve, I second it.
okay?
Beverly Ship, I approve.
Deborah Chialfi, aye.
William Kendall, aye.
Rod Lawrence, aye.
Garrett Stuck, aye.
Caroline Bolger, aye.
You're approved. Now we're going to appoint monitors, okay? Who would like to be monitors?
The super monitors will do it.
You
Beverly and
guys
Deborah
are-
will
that's right,
do
You guys
it.
are the new 2 permanent monitors.
And we'll be issuing a certificate of, is it appropriateness that she's getting?
Certificate of
Okay, so we'll do a CA, and that'll go to the building department. You'll get a copy.
So, just so you know about monitors, Beverly and Deborah are your monitors, and notify them when the work is about to begin. Notify them if you plan to make any changes to what we've approved here tonight, and notify them when the work is completed.
Okay,
Okay, and they'll give you their numbers.
I'm gonna find ours right now.
Okay.
Good, okay.
This is Beverly's.
Look at you.
I know, this is from Bob. I have the envelope of Monica's numbers in here. I don't know what in here.
You have, she's my number.
She has yours? All right, I'm just gonna put my name, I'm gonna put mine on the same card for you. I'm just gonna add my name to this, you'll have both of us.
Great.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure. Okay, next item of business is 1912 Main Road. Hi.
Buzz Brownlee, 77 Mascassack Road, appearing on behalf of the Westport Point United Methodist Church.
Right.
And I came really simply to make sure that we're clear on what we're doing here. While the agenda mentioned that we won't be replacing a large window, this is strictly a repair
Oh, it's a repair.
with no changes. Excuse me. As you probably know, the church has many large windows, and there's a wooden storm window on each of those. And those are deteriorating over the years. And the one on the southeast side facing the corner of Drift Road, corner down there, is in a worse shape right now. Condensation got in between the main window and then the storm window. There are no weak holes on any of those wooden windows.
So they're
So
rotting
it
out.
just collected, and it just rotted out the sill and the bottom rail of the wooden storm window. So we're just replacing the sill, replacing the bottom rail of the window, and reglazing the entire window because the glazing compound is completely shot on
Got it.
all the panes. So, for us, it's a major job, but Kemper-Chico will be doing it for us. And eventually, all the windows need to be reglazed because they're all the same age, and I suppose, especially the west and the south.
And they're all wood, is that
They're
correct?
all wood.
Yeah.
Would you be putting the storm window back on that then?
Yes, absolutely. That window is not a stained glass window. It's right by that south lower handicap door for Howland Hall. And that one is not stained glass. The other large windows are stained glass, and of course we're trying to protect the stained glass.
Yeah.
But all the windows need protection.
Are you planning to use the same glass when you reglaze it?
Yes, hopefully the glass is intact. It's simply the compound gets bedded in and then it's sealed with shot.
Christy Wilkinson came to us a year or so ago about replacing all the windows in the annex there in Howland Hall. Did that ever?
Yes, we have not, simply because of it's quite the expense. It's just a very steep item, and there have been other things top of the list,
Yeah, like this, I guess.
like this one. And the church is limited in funds, can only do so much at any given moment. We would love to repair those front windows of the parsonage because they're very old and they're very drafty. And, they're not rotten like this one.
So this is clearly a custom window, completely is it handmade? Is it a completely handmade window that when they have to come in and do the glazing, do they do it in place or do they take the window
No,
out?
they have to take the window down.
And then
In fact,
reinstall it.
These windows are so big,
It's huge.
they're in 3 parts.
I see.
And so they're very nicely built and fastened. I mean, nice rabbets to keep the moisture out between the sections. And in fact, there was a new window commissioned in the west side of the building just a few years ago now that was smaller. It's just to the left of the entrance to the church. And it has the same kind of storm window, but it's enough smaller so that I was able to take that down and reglaze it and secure that window when it was made. But This is just too big a job. It's gonna need scaffolding and whatnot.
Do we have any comments from abutters? Okay, or others? Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve?
I second.
Caroline Boder, aye.
Garrett Stuck, aye.
Rod Lawrence, aye.
William Kendall, aye.
Deborah Chiolfi, aye.
Beverly Shook, aye.
And I guess you guys are the monitors?
Where are the
You're the
monitors?
permanent monitors? This is great, I like this. I think it's a good system.
Super monitors.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you our numbers.
And you heard what I was
Send that
saying about,
letter back.
let them know when you're starting the work, if you're gonna make any changes to what you proposed to us, and when you're finished.
Great.
And good luck.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna write it on the back of this one because I don't have a printed one, but I'll just write these down.
It's nice to see the old glass being used,
Oh, yes, yeah, absolutely.
because it's antique glass, it has the waves in it.
How old is that window?
Some of it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
How old is that window?
The storm windows? I don't know. It's been a long time, predating me at the church, but long enough to have them coming apart.
What's the timeline that they gave you for fixing it?
Well, it's on Ken's list, and he was touching base here with you folks first, and then as soon as we get it done, hopefully this summer, while the weather is warm still.
Yeah.
Great, good luck.
Thank you all.
Okay, next item of business is 1913 Drift Road. Hi,
Russell Baker, 1913 Drift Road. Nice to meet you all.
good to meet you.
Would you mind pulling that microphone over in front of you?
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Beverly?
Check, check.
You won't hear it.
Oh,
Hopefully,
so they will.
The recording will.
Perfect. Hopefully the
1912, can I have that letter back?
pictures were submitted for the application.
The, Bill, you had that, I'm sorry.
I don't have a letter.
The church letter, the church.
Oh, I don't have that.
I don't have it. I have everything on my computer.
Maybe I have
I think you had it. There it is.
That's it.
That's the one.
Very good. Sorry.
No
Sorry
worries.
to interrupt. Okay.
Yes, so have a detached garage. I'm just looking to replace the windows, the side access door, and the front garage door.
Okay. What do you have? You have, when we have a picture or anything?
I think it was submitted with my
We have
application.
these. We
That's
have
where.
these pictures.
Okay, yeah, I feel unprepared.
it. We don't have, we
You don't
can't
have
see
these?
those. I
We have pictures,
I
they're
didn't-
coming.
Okay, here.
Okay, so we have copies of
That's the
them here.
front. Uh-huh.
Yes, these are
Take
the
these
different sides of the garage.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
okay.
Where on Drift Road are you?
1913.
Where is
And
that?
do you
It's off of
have,
Hotel Hill, kind of lower Drift Road.
do you know
You'll
what,
recognize it when you
Oh, I
see
know
the
this
photograph.
one. Yeah, it's the red. I
Oh,
recognize the red.
Okay, so you're replacing the garage door.
The garage door and then the side windows and the
Okay.
side door.
Do you have the drawings of the garage door?
That should be included as well. I did bring one rendering from, I don't know if you have that.
I
See
never
what we
saw
got
that
here.
piece.
Didn't
Can I
that-
get a picture
okay.
of that? Thanks.
Yeah, sorry, I only have one. It's, we're looking to do a carriage door. So instead of a roll-up door, I'd like to do two carriage doors that are in the same
this is
style.
okay, this is the exterior door, just so everybody, we should just pass this around.
Oh, sure, yeah, on the sides, it's the side access.
Now, is this similar to what's there now?
Yeah,
Okay. You've seen it.
I put it together.
Pass it down back and then.
Does that mean they're hinged? So they're hinged to open, or?
carriage doors would be two
They're
doors to
hinged
open
open,
instead of
right?
instead of a
This is the-
roll-up.
Where the red, big red door
The
is
big
in the
red,
back,
yeah,
okay.
garage door.
That's the other door. That's, I guess.
Which is what's there now.
That's there now. Yep.
Okay. Can we flip that to the next picture, which is the garage door, the new garage door?
This here?
Or I'll flip it, whatever.
Just send it down this way.
Thank you.
This is,
That's the
That's-
carriage door, right? Isn't that the carriage door?
well, is there, what doors are we considering? I'm getting confused.
This
This
garage
is the
door.
only door, right?
That's the garage door, so we'll replace that.
And
And then there's a
also the
side
side
access
door.
door, that's just a traditional
Okay, so
walkout door.
this is going to be where?
That would replace the existing garage door.
Okay. And then we have something that is to show what's replacing the,
Windows.
oh,
And it looks like you're basically replicating everything that's there more or
I'm
less.
trying to, yeah.
Yeah.
I
okay,
think the
so
garage doors would be an enhancement.
there's the garage door.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that one, he gave me his,
Okay.
that one.
What are the windows?
Are you
like
gonna
in the
paint 'em
garage?
red?
The three-
I'll just flip through here. The windows are
Three
really
panes on each
replicating
one?
the windows.
Yeah,
that are-
3 panes across the top. Yep.
Okay,
Russell, are you going to paint them red again?
there you go.
That's what I was wondering, is that a requirement to keep the red color? The
No.
vendor
No.
would make it mahogany, I think, is what they use, but I didn't know if that's a requirement, I can, but I was just gonna use mahogany.
It's not.
It's not.
Okay.
That's why it's
So you
Saves
want
me
to,
It's not
painting.
exactly.
It's not a historic color, is it?
no,
Okay.
no, what's there is not.
Okay. So yeah, it would likely just be mahogany.
Okay.
Mahogany for the garage.
So it'll look natural wood instead
Yeah,
of the
instead
painted,
of red.
yeah, that'd
Yep.
be nice.
More red.
Sounds nice.
And so the windows are Pella? Or
Yeah, I
Marvin?
think,
What's-
my builder indicated there were, I think, 2 approved windows already that
Yeah,
he
so here's a,
researched.
here's a Marvin. Looking for the model.
I think it's on that letter. It's either Pella Reserve or, what is it? Anderson Woodwright is what he wrote, I thought, but
Anderson.
Both windows have been.
we used the
been
windows
approved
that
by
you've
us.
already approved, yeah, and so we haven't.
Okay, I see, there are three,
Three bids,
Windows.
three.
Right.
yeah,
three
there's
different
Anderson,
options.
Anderson Woodwright, Pella Reserve, and Marvin. I'm not sure what the Marvin one is. Bill, do you have an opinion on those windows?
Marvin?
That's fine. I mean,
All three.
those have been used.
Okay, very good.
Send it back.
Any
Can I keep this?
comments or questions by butters or others?
I just want to say a historical note on your house. It belonged to Ellsworth Randall,
Okay.
and Nancy Burkholder took it upon herself to help him fix it up. And she got a good neighbor award for that. And it was one of the first projects that the neighborhood association did by going there and painting that garage. So I wanted you to know.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Thank you. Interesting.
yes.
Thank you. Do I hear a motion?
Motion,
To approve.
second,
Beverly Shook, aye.
Deborah Chialfi, aye.
William Kendall, aye.
Rudd Lawrence, aye.
Garrett Stock, aye.
Caroline Bolter, aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
3 for 3. Oh,
Should we monitor this one
Next.
too?
How long have you been?
thank you.
I've been there 6 years.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Should we
these are your
monitor this
monitors
one
as
too?
as you
We'll
Monitor.
Yeah, we monitor everything.
Okay.
We're just the super monitors. Find my name.
Full-time
here.
job now.
I
Deborah.
know, it's getting to be voluminous.
They're professionals now.
I got it. I got it.
Deborah.
You'll see us with our clipboards.
They won't send those
You
letters
can
back.
contact us when you're about to do the work.
When we start, okay,
And
When you
then
start, if
we'll
you're going to make
monitor
any
it when
changes to
it's
what
going
we've
in.
discussed and when you finish.
and when we finish. Perfect.
It's here. Oh, he's got me on this one, all right. I don't have a scissor. Do you want to just,
Let me jot it down. Or?
here, take these two. We are your monitors, the ones that are circled. Can you
Wonderful.
Just write that down, or take
This
that.
back?
You can take it.
Oh, perfect.
I have another one.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, next item of business, 19.
Excuse me,
Oops.
Caroline wants her packet back.
Oh, okay.
Deborah, can you send that back?
Deborah?
I have it.
Just send it back.
Here you go.
It's 1958 Main
Just
Road.
need a copy for the minutes
So you guys can
attachments.
get set up.
Thank you.
Like,
Do you want this? Do you have this?
I have it. Just an extra copy of the air conditioner. That's the air conditioner, right?
No, that's the
what is this
garage.
one?
That's the different-
This is the
That's
garage?
this garage door.
All right, let's keep those together. That's the AC, and this is the garage. Can I keep these?
Is it-
Sure.
Sure.
You don't need all the photographs, do you, Caroline? Of the garage?
Do you want the pictures
Oh,
back
no,
of the? Okay.
no,
Very good.
just,
Tell me
Okay,
when
I
you're
think
ready.
we're ready.
You're ready? Okay, can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay. So, good evening.
Hi.
Thank you for allowing us to present our certificate for appropriateness. My name is Patty Palmer, in case you don't know me, I know some of you, and my husband, Jonathan Palmer.
So we just wanted to share a little bit. This winter alone, we experienced 3 flooding episodes at the end of the street.
Yeah.
And it made us think about how we could do our part. Climate change is real, and it's literally right in our own backyard. It's important that you know that being in the historic district is important to us. And our neighborhood, being on the point and part of the neighborhood association, that is important to us, and we want to make sure that it's viable for years to come. To that end, we started leasing an electric vehicle in March, so I'm driving that primarily. And our plan is to power that electric vehicle using solar energy. We continued our research by looking at solar companies who have worked within historic districts, so that we felt comfortable that the work would be appropriate to historic areas. We are in need of replacing our roof. That's a big concern. And we found Rooftop Power. Scott Brown is sitting here representing the company as a co-owner. And together we have created an aesthetically pleasing, these are a lot of adjectives, low profile, matte black, Canadian built solar panel design.
I'm not going to ask you to repeat that.
I can if you need me to.
I might ask you to repeat.
Honestly, it's truly it's seamless against a black 50-year architectural shingle product with a front trim. And I'm going to pause to let you get in there.
Some of what we saw, not necessarily all of it's in the historic district, but historic homes we kind of looked at for reference.
And inspiration.
Oops. So as you know, this is the Westport Land Conservation Building on Evansville Road. That entire roof in the front is solar with kind of a front piece, which is what we're adding to ours too. So it's
seamless.
Zoom in, it totally looks like a flat roof.
Yeah.
That's facing the road. Ours will not be facing the road, but that was one example. This in Little Compton, just being clean, centered, rectangular. That's on a brown roof. We're doing it on a black roof. This is already existing at the point, so very tastefully done. Solar on the back house and on the garage, I guess that is. I don't know. I believe there's solar panels on this, I'm not really sure. This is our home, just a view. I think I sent Deborah this picture. And where we're planning to put it is, this
The
doesn't
middle
show up very
part.
well on this screen.
No, on the middle part of the house. I can outline it if you want.
Basically,
The pictures
the
there
connector
are-
between the front house and
So
It's
the
this,
panels
that,
are
yeah.
here,
And then on the back
here,
side,
which is
facing east.
Okay.
If you will revert to the previous picture, point us roughly where the panels would be.
okay.
They're going to go
Behind the flag.
Yeah.
here on the back side of the house that's set
In the middle,
In the middle, but
Yeah.
facing
Facing
probably
south.
north. or-
Facing
south.
facing
South.
south.
True south.
That's- Oh, so it's going to be actually facing towards the flag.
No.
Yes, facing towards the flag.
No.
Well, the flag's
The flag is
actually
front.
up
Oh, okay,
here
but
in the
it
front
would
of
be
the house.
facing toward the flag if the flag
It'd
was
be
back.
facing
It's facing
towards Rick
Smith's house.
Smith's house, basically directly south.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's 3 panels on the back.
Facing
side,
east.
Facing the field.
Facing
Yeah.
east, correct.
So you done with your thing? Okay. So just to wrap this up, with 3 children in college, which is what we have, going solar will also allow us to keep our energy costs basically fixed, for the next 25 years. Our solar design allows us to lead by example, helping our environment, helping our community, and ourselves by moving forward, and we really feel doing the right thing. And we respectfully ask for your approval for this design.
Thank you. Okay, questions or comments from the commission?
Well, there's a matter of language there. You say it's not on the street. but it's seen from the street, correct?
It is seen.
Very, very noticeably seen from the street, the big one.
It depends how you
Well,
rectify
I can
notice.
tell you it is, because I live across the street. I want you to have what you want, you're my neighbors.
Yeah.
But I do have a problem with putting solar in an historic district, because it's never gonna look like it's enhancing the historic value and character of the district, which is our job to preserve.
Well,
I think you've done a great job in bringing the best of what's out there now, but it's not the best of what's gonna be there in a couple of years.
I think we probably said that many times, right? And we keep pushing it down. I think it's our responsibility to be responsible citizens. And I think going solar is responsible. I don't think we can expect everyone else to do it and us not to be part of it, take part in it. I think the way we're doing it is going to be very clean. I showed you examples of houses at the point that solar panels that are more visible than what ours will be.
They're visible.
Okay, so we have a subcommittee on solar that we have been working on research for what products are in the market. Because like Beverly said, we're concerned about the high-profile type panels that are getting installed in houses. We don't have a purview over Adamsville, so I can't speak to the example that you showed because that's not our purview.
No,
We're in
I know
Westport.
that. I would
So, it just, yeah, but it's not.
No, it's Westport.
It's not, well, Adamsville is Rhode Island, just for the record.
The Westport land.
Oh, the land conservation, I thought you said Adamsville.
Well,
Okay.
On Adamsville Road.
Okay, I misunderstood what you said.
One of the houses that I showed you was a little Compton, but that was just.
Yeah, that's also a lot of our
design.
district, but anyway, not to get off track, but we are also very concerned about solar. We also have a commitment to sustainability personally. Many of us have electric cars and we believe in embracing the future because we all realize climate change and we saw it on the point, to your point, very, very difficult this year with the floods.
And it's only
and
gonna get worse.
Just with natural, it wasn't even a major storm, it was just a bad rainstorm.
Right.
So we get it. You don't have to preach to the choir here. We understand completely and we are pro-solar. However, we have to also mitigate that with what does the district look like? What are we trying to preserve? Now, you may not have known this, but we had a presentation by a company that represents Certainteed, and they have a solar, it's not a panel, it's a shingle. It's a solar shingle. This is not Tesla, it's Certainteed. And there's a rep that we brought in to educate us because we are very interested in what are the latest products. We don't think Tesla is a reasonable product. So we brought in something we thought might work for people. So we did bring that in.
Was Tesla also brought in?
No, Tesla
At one
actually is
point
out
in
of
time?
the business, from what I understand. Tesla's not even
Maybe
supporting
now,
the
but
product
was Tesla
anymore.
ever considered and brought in?
We never have looked at Tesla. No one's ever proposed Tesla.
was
It's
men-
not
mentioned,
allowed
but
in
no, we never have.
Massachusetts
They're
because of
not
the battery.
approved in
They're not approved in
Massachusetts,
Massachusetts
so-
anyway. This one
yeah.
is, Certainteed has this Solstice shingle, another tongue twister, right? And maybe it's a lower profile than what you're proposing. We'd like to see, you have your rep here.
Yeah.
We'd like to see what the profile looks like, what do these panels look
Sure.
like. We are interested in learning, so we're not gonna just say a flat no,
Right.
but we'd like to understand what it
I'm expecting
is.
questions.
Right.
And want to answer them, truly.
So let's hear from your
Sure.
expert of what this
Yeah.
actually looks like.
That's fair, thank you. So one of the first things, they really were, from the first moment I met with them, conscientious of the home and maintaining the historical, to the best of their ability. And so the best roof plane would be the upper roof, and they purposely decided not to put any panels on there. I don't know if you can.
Right.
Yeah, just because that would be very visible from the street.
That would be
That's-
very
And so but it is the best roof plane for them, would have the most
Referring to here.
economic benefit, but they wanted to keep it. Now, if you're looking at it from the street, like at a 45-degree angle, you will clearly see it, as Beverly pointed out, you will be able to see it. But the thing that we'd be doing, we're using a low-profile rail, so he's hugged closer to the roof than the traditional install, and then we have a solar lip on the front. So basically, with the panel, it's going to be about 4.5 inches, and then there's going to be a lip that connects it to the roof. So at the angle that you're looking at from the
So
street,
you're not
going to
looking
see.
underneath it.
You're not going to see. You won't even know. I mean,
You
now
have to
because
be
you've heard
looking.
about it and you know it, you'll see it. But if you were driving by, it is going to be so seamless with that roof because you're not going to see the edge from that left where there's a little bit of a fire setback to the main home. This little gap here, you're not going to be from the road. You're not going to be able to see underneath it. And then from all right here on this lip, it's gonna be connected to the roof.
Now, are we talking about replacing the entire roof with a black roof now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
just so I understand.
So
Which is
that's-
desperately needed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand.
That is a beautiful shape,
Yeah.
beautiful weathered shape.
So it's a shake roof being replaced now with shingles. And that's another question we have with,
Is that a wood shake roof?
It is.
Yeah.
See, okay.
What is the question?
so my question for the committee is, do we, when we say like for like,
Well, this
that's
isn't like
not,
for
that's
like.
not, that's not a question?
Yeah, because, no, this isn't that, this is for a certificate of appropriateness, and like for like never comes in.
Doesn't come into play, okay, just want to understand how that.
It's a structure.
As far as the shingles, GAF, that's the shingle manufacturer that we use, they also have a product where it's the solar's integrated into it, but the cost for what it can produce and what it will cost you to put on there, there's no economic benefit. It's a luxury, so if you had, $1 million and the look was the number one thing and money was not an issue at all, you could argue that, but it's still going to produce way less than what this system could produce, even if you did all of the roof space.
What's the name of that product that you mentioned?
So we use GAF, but pretty much every large manufacturer is getting into this now. So the manufacturer that you referenced as well has that, but it's very rare. I think there's one house that I'm aware of in Rhode Island that has that type of shingle in Jamestown.
The one I referenced is by Certainty, which is
Right.
one of the major roof
Another roofing,
shingle
yeah,
producers in
exactly.
the country.
Yeah,
very
They've been around
similar.
for like
Very, very
125
similar.
years, but
Yeah,
they have a requirement that when you do use their product, that you also install a new roof.
Well, that's,
because it's
that's what
fully-
it is.
happening here.
fully
That's what's
integrated.
happening.
Yeah.
And it's connected to
Correct.
the shingles on the roof. It's
Correct.
not,
Yes.
these are shingles, they're not
Correct.
panels. So
Yeah,
that's
they're
why it's
shingles with
connected.
photovoltaic built into it.
Right.
Yeah.
So they shine.
What about the
No, they don't shine, they're
reflectivity
matte
of the
black.
solar panel itself?
You're not going to have very much reflectivity on this panel whatsoever.
It is, I mean,
matte black.
it's a
Matte
matte finish.
Yeah,
and
it's a black on black panel.
Is
so
it
has
a
black
textured
frame.
finish? I'm just trying to understand
No,
what
it's
we're
not
talking
textured,
about.
it's glass.
Do you have pictures
it's
or something?
And there's no outline around the panel at all?
No, yeah, it's all black.
All black.
So-
Black
so
back
there's-
sheet, black frame,
Do you
black
have
cells.
photos of an installed?
Oh, yeah.
The examples that were shown here of a house in Westport
Mhm.
and a house in Little Compton, this would be exactly what we're trying to avoid.
What are we trying to?
Like
Those,
that.
like what you showed us
Little
here.
Compton example would be a good one.
The
So to
example-
be able to see it pop out.
Absolutely
Which
is
is
something
what-
we
what we
would never
don't want.
allow. So I
Right.
just want to say that your examples showed us exactly what wouldn't be allowed.
So I think the examples, the Adamsville Westport Land Trust, I think a lot of people don't even know that's a
That's
solar
solar
roof.
I do.
I do.
That's a
There's a
historic
lot-
house.
it
That's
is.
a very important historic house, I will notice.
Okay, well, this is your job here, right? But if you ask 9 out of 10 people,
Who drive by it.
Well,
it's very well done.
I don't think
So
that's
we-
the point. You wouldn't want,
Well-
that you would never want to see, you wouldn't want to see on a house in Westport Point. Would you?
See the roof, black, the black roof?
I wouldn't mind that house in Westport.
Okay, well, that's where we differ.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that you've come to us before you reshingle your roof. I appreciate that you've come to us before reshingling your roof, because it gives you the opportunity to match the shingle color to the solar panel.
Right.
I also appreciate that you're not putting it on the main roof. I mean, that's one of the guidelines that other communities have for solar power. I think what you're proposing is reasonable, and I would support it.
Thank you.
If you'd like, so, and another thing that which we didn't mention, but we're going to take pride in this install as well. So we're running conduit through the attic. A lot of solar installs, you'll see there's an EMT silver
They run
conduit.
down the side.
Run down the
Yeah.
side. There's going to be no visible conduit from the street. There's going to be no combiner box disconnect. Everything's going to be hidden. And we're going to run conduit through the attic so that it's seamless. So when you look at that one array, which you could see at a 45-degree angle, you're not going to see any conduit connecting it to the 3 panels on the east. So it's going to be very clean. If you can see, it's just like
But that's on a brown roof, or what is
that's
that?
on a black roof, it's so much better. I mean, it is going to seamlessly with the lift that the panels now, you used to see silver lines or silver dots.
Right.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, that's not the case anymore, and this will look better just because you can see on this install, we ran the conduit on the roof, which is, not ideal. That's the typical install, but on this one, we're going to take our time and we'll run the conduit through the attic, so it's a nice, clean look.
Thank you. Do we have any comments from the audience? Yes.
I have the solar panels.
Thank you.
So when we got solar panels many years ago, the Historical Commission realized that 40C encourages solar in historic districts. And most other historic districts, I mean, all of them, allow solar panels. They each has a different criteria. And the criteria that the Westport Historical Commission had was it not be on the main house, it not be on the historic house, it be on either outbuildings or attachments to the main house.
Additions, right.
And additions. If we could have done better panels, things, they didn't have them in those days, I think I would have chosen something different. But I support solar panels in the historic district on outbuildings and on attachments.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Just another point, I've made this point in the past, that solar panels are not permanent alterations to a building. And so, in terms of our role as stewarding historical assets, I don't feel it's a violation.
You're saying it doesn't destroy anything?
It doesn't destroy
that's there.
any aspect.
They
of
can be
historical.
removed.
They can be removed. They will be removed probably someday when there are different energy sources.
You want cleaner looking ones.
Okay.
I said, you want better looking ones.
Okay.
Well, they do get old, they do get old, and you do have to replace them at some time.
Eventually.
So in the future, we will have better alternatives. But I agree very strongly about we need to do our part. It's what we want, warming.
Okay. Thank you.
Is the roof on the entire building being replaced, or just the building where the
All
tank
of it,
is? So
everything.
the front building as well,
Yeah,
the
the whole
very
front.
visible building is going to be a black roof of the same shingle
Yes.
as the
architecture.
other building?
Yes.
Well, I wish I had a picture of how exactly that roof is visible, because it's extremely visible from the street. And if you got rid of that tree, it would be even more visible. So I have a problem, I don't have a problem with the back shingle roof, but I do have a problem where it is so, where it is so visible. And, it's like saying you don't like babies, you don't want to help to support, the climate. But that being said, there's so many ways to do it, and you're already doing some. And I hate to say no, but I don't like that big thing that is going to protrude a little bit.
Now, on the back roof, certainly we have no problem with that. It's not visible from a public way. And so anything you put back there would be, is that correct? It's not visible from a public
No,
way?
it's not, but it's also
Is that what
not.
it generated?
There's not much,
Generally,
there's
yeah,
not much
it's
roof there.
facing east. We actually took a panel off just to keep it a clean rectangle.
On the back one?
Yeah.
Which
And the
was,
same on the front, on the side, the perfect design for energy was not this clean rectangle piece.
Deborah, there's another picture in there, in the
it
back.
seems like you took a shingle row away on the back of the larger array. So like this
Connecting.
area right here, why is that such a wide?
It's the,
spot for
fire.
that is where the angle of the two roofs come in.
Yeah,
Pitch.
so you have to have,
So you wouldn't,
You have to have
they have to be
clearance.
angled. So that's where they would have had additional panels.
You
but we didn't.
jigsaw it, and that would look
Yeah.
worse. Yes, I
Exactly.
understand.
Have you looked into the solar shingle?
I tried looking at solar shingles. I couldn't find a company, and it also sounds like from.
It's not cost effective.
We don't have unlimited funds.
well, it's
Um,
actually, the prices have come down quite a bit. Could you look into Certainty, the people that we brought in? Because they have a rep who covers this whole area, just as another
Is
price
there a-
point.
Did they tell
I
you what
have
house
his
that they've done?
information. Yeah, I have his.
Do you have,
Have they
no,
done
do you
it?
have a house that they've done that we can look at? Or a
No,
picture?
They showed us
They
pictures.
showed us pictures. They showed us
From-
pictures.
Nearby?
No, but they got approved in Massachusetts about 6 or 8 months ago, which was a process, because Massachusetts has, as you probably know, very high regulations on solar. So their shingle is approved from Massachusetts. We didn't have him come in until it was.
Yeah.
So I can give you his information if you're interested as another price point, another look. They run a whole computer study using solar, laser, not LiDAR, I forget what the technology is, but they look at your building from
Yeah,
the
aerial,
air.
they do.
They don't have to do like a drone or anything.
Is
They can see
GAF
it.
approved here now?
Yeah, and Certainty, we could have, the reps have come into our company and tried to sell us on it. But again, the solar cells are not the same as these solar panels, and they don't perform nearly as well. And if you're looking at doing the whole roof, the cost of it is expensive. And now he's putting panels on the north side, which is the least efficient roof
North
laying.
side.
Well, because he has a north and a south side roof, so if you're
Yeah.
matching the material, now you're putting, inefficient panels to begin with on the north side, so.
Well, no, their
No.
shingles, they can intertwine with.
Intertwine them?
Yeah, as long as
yeah.
there's a straight run, and then the rest of it is regular roof shingles made by Certainty. So
And
it's
I'd be more than happy.
I mean, it'd be
I'd love
worth
to-
looking at
to
another
look into it, but
option.
we had the reps come in from GAF to try to sell us it and the economics of it. It's not something we offer, and I don't know any.
Well, no, you would
does.
not be allowed to offer it. He has an exclusive on that product for the
Okay.
whole Eastern Seaboard. So you'd
Okay.
have to work with Certainty,
Got it.
and the rep
GAF,
is based
Or
in
GAF.
Beverly, Massachusetts. So, it would be
Yeah.
a competing bid against yours,
Perfect.
just so you understand. It would
Certainty
be
is a great
totally
brand, too,
different.
so.
So-
Certainty's a great brand. Certainty and GAF, they're the two largest.
Yeah, Certainty's,
Yeah.
I think, the largest, and they just came out with their product about 2 years ago. They had another solar product. This is another
Well-
iteration.
Yeah.
Let's talk about where we are at the moment. Unfortunately, we're down one person on our commission, and we need 4 yes votes to approve, which is a lot given our small number at the moment. And it sounds like if you wanted to explore some alternatives and come back next month, you could do that by requesting a continuance, and we would grant it.
Or would you consider a site visit if you have questions about it?
We could do a site visit if you want.
Could do
Sure.
both. I mean, I can give you the information for the rep, and you could probably get that done via email, with a couple of rounds.
Right.
How do other people feel?
Well, I have a few more comments. So it was very interesting to have the Certainty representative come last month. But I do think that that's still a cutting-edge product. I mean, I don't think there's a
You think
single...
it's a high-price, cutting-edge product?
Yeah, he didn't give us a price, so we
Right.
can't judge the price, but I expect it's high-priced. I don't think there's a single installation that's been done in Massachusetts or even in this neighborhood. So I think, to ask people to adopt a cutting-edge product is it's a big stretch. I think, so one of the nice things about the Certainty product is that the shingle color matches the solar panel cover. And you're reshingling your roof, I think you're going to get 90% of the way there
Right.
with the black shingles.
Right.
And, we had a solar panel proposal come before us, maybe 6 months ago. And that was a case where the owners had reshingled their roof with a brown shingle, and then they were coming to us for a solar panel. And of course, that really stood out. I think it's not going to stand out as much on the black shingle. So personally, I feel like a site visit is not necessary. You've presented us with pictures. I think we know what this is going to look like. Part of it is, what's our long-term feeling about solar panels, and I think there are mixed feelings here, but I think most of us appreciate that, this is a thing that we need to do for the environment.
Are you making a proposal?
I don't want to close off discussion because I think other people still have feelings about this.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
So I'm Susan Montgomery. And I've been before you and you've approved what we've done to our house. There were some comments made that confused me. So having been on the point, or close to on the point for 50 years, and before and after this was put in place, I'm well aware of how much the point reflects the fact that it's a living community and people have lived there for a long time. And over time, the different things, the community, many of those houses were there before there was electricity. Not nearly as many, but there were some. And then we had gas mains come down the street, and we had the meters, we had, all the foundations were stone, then concrete became more popular. We had, for a while when people first started getting internet, we had a lot of solar, those brown things? I don't know what you call
Dishes.
them, but
The dish.
So, and things have changed from time, come and go. Materials used for fences, materials used for buildings, wooden storm windows, aluminum storm windows of different types. And so it certainly community has always, as long as I can remember, reflected the fact that it wasn't frozen in time. And that sustainability and what that meant at different times was reflected in the way the point looked in the early 70s when it was started and still. And so I was confused because I may have misunderstood, but I thought there was some suggestion in some comments that somehow if you wanted to do solar energy, you had to make it invisible. You had to have a roof that nobody could tell. And I was kind of shocked by that, and I would like some clarification. I'm not ready to do solar in our house. Electric bill is thankfully low. Perhaps not as inclined to be helpful in sustainability as you two are, but I would really want to know that. I want to know. So is that something you have set up as a standard, that if you switch from an asphalt roof to a shingle roof, wood shingle roof, or from a wood-shaped roof to asphalt, or from asphalt to solar, that somehow it has to be invisible, they all have to look the same?
Well, I think our job is to preserve the character of an historic district. So however that falls into something, that's what I consider my job to be, the character, the uniqueness of the historic district. And, you know, I may be a throwback. I had solar on my house, like from 1970. I was probably the first and only person on the point that had solar. It looked horrible. But I think that, I think that my fear is going from the river or something and seeing shiny black roofs all the way up from that gorgeous, iconic vista from the river to the point or somewhere else, and it catches on and everybody does this, and you lose control after a while, and there's shiny black roofs all the way up, and that's not an historic district.
I mean, this isn't going to be shiny. It is a matte black. It's not like going to, the skylights all down
Shine
at
a
the
lot
point
more.
shine more than what these do.
If we look out the window, there's an example of a solar roof.
Yeah, that's not what we're putting on, though. That's a poorly designed solar
Right,
roof.
and that's what we want to avoid.
We do too.
Yeah, they took special of the design that we did to make it that it doesn't look like that. I call that toothless, right? When you start to see and there's missing pieces and it goes all, and you can see the conduit running
You can
down
see it
in
within
like
the
5 different
conduit.
places. That will not be the case in this. You won't see any conduit. It's all going to be symmetrical, blended into the roof with that solar skirt. So you have to be like looking for it to be able to see it. It'll be seamless with the roof.
I think I'm going to make a proposal.
Okay.
I move that we approve this proposal. Do I have a second?
I second.
I abstain.
Okay.
Garrett Stuck, aye.
Rod Lawrence, aye.
William Kendall, no.
I would approve this. I don't think we have the votes, though. Aye.
I will abstain.
I'm afraid that's not sufficient. We need 4 votes for.
Could we do a continuance? To
Do a
make people-
continuance.
Caroline.
Did you say the vote again?
Yeah, it was 3 in favor and 1
Two
no
abstentions.
and 2 abstentions.
So it was Caroline Bolter abstain, it was Garrett, aye, Rudd, aye, Bill Kendall, no, Deborah, aye, Beverly, abstain.
Yes.
Can I just speak to the fact that saying aye, we're setting a precedent. And that's, I think, the scariest thing that we're doing. Is there some way we can incorporate into an aye vote that would stipulate mandates that it need be like this and like that and the next thing and not like that.
That's going to her question, I think, that she was asking, whether it has to be invisible or whether it could be.
Well,
It's not invisible.
It's
By the
not-
way, it doesn't have to be invisible to answer your question.
I appreciate
It's never,
the
it's
answer.
never,
I was
been-
wondering
it's
if
never,
I was
it's
gonna-
never been invisible. It never will be invisible. Yes.
but if we do say aye, we're setting a precedent.
A precedent is already set.
Well, I understand that.
By a previous historic commission.
Right.
And the.
And we're not bound by
I
their
know you're
precedent.
not, so
Right.
that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
If you set a precedent, you're not really setting a precedent for the whole.
Tell me about it. I have a roof deck that I didn't get because you all voted it down.
Okay, so I think another point of clarification is that this proposal is not on the main house, which is
Yeah, that
very
is.
visible from the
That, I
street.
mean, that was made
So
clear in the
that's a
proposal.
distinction.
That's already there, and that's what we're considering, yeah.
And I think a lot of towns have a lot of historical commissions have come to this point of view that they don't want solar panels on the main part of the house.
Well, I think that's
And-
valid.
Yeah. And
And
they also
those-
don't want a highly contrasting roof shingle. So I think, you know. the
And the thing
applicants
that
have
makes it
said-
look like a plaid.
Should we
Yes,
suggest
which
a site
they're not
visit
doing.
and then bring this up again?
Yeah.
What's that?
Should we suggest a site visit and then bring this and continue it to the next meeting to see if we can
I think
understand it
that'd be
better to get to approval?
Well, I think that's
We're
good.
grappling with this too, you know.
Yeah, we need a position that is consistent, right? That's what I think you're saying. We need.
I'm hearing that, just trying to clarify for myself, I'm hearing that if it's not on the main house, that you're open to considering it, that if it's not shiny, that you're also open to considering it.
You know what would be really useful? I'm sorry to interrupt you. It just occurred to me. Can we get a sample of the solar panel?
If you guys want, I'll carry in the solar panels, about 45 pounds, I'll bring one solar panel in here.
Well, I don't
for
need
you.
a whole thing. How about a piece of it? Just so we can see how reflective it is.
Some manufacturers do have a mock-up.
Yeah, yeah.
For the current manufacturer that we have, I haven't seen one. That doesn't mean I can't get one, so I'll do my research, and if I can get one of those, if not, I'll just carry a real panel in. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
and I
might
think
inspire them to doing something about it too, you know.
bring it to the site visit, because the more we can, you know, see
ahead of time.
exactly how it's going to be visualized, we really need to have a good grasp of how it's going to look. I would like that.
Well, okay. I'm not sure how we deal with this since we've just voted. Can we unvote?
No, we move to continue it.
But
I
we
think.
can't move to continue since we've just voted to deny.
Well, the motion failed. The motion to approve
Motion
failed.
Motion to approve, okay, the motion to approve
So I
failed.
think we can move ahead with different motions.
Okay, we can do, okay, a different motion,
Okay.
fine. Okay, let's do it that way.
And is
So
that-
would you like us to reapply?
I don't, yeah.
I
guess
don't
that's-
think that's
yeah, I guess
necessary.
That's going to be required, yeah,
A reapplication?
yeah.
What, another $50 check, or does that one carry over? Or just so I can let my office know that.
I think it's another $50 check.
Okay.
we can't just continue it?
Can we just continue it?
Well, we
We can't-
voted
we
on
can't.
it.
We
We
voted
voted
on
on
it.
it.
The
And
motion
it-
failed though.
Right.
The motion failed as such.
Okay.
So that's,
So you're saying,
It wasn't denied or approved.
oh, you're saying we did,
Failed.
okay, it failed because we have had insufficient, okay, okay, so because it failed, maybe
So we
we've
can
got a
continue
loophole
it, is
here.
that
Either
correct?
way, something, yeah.
Very good, we got a loophole.
Okay.
Good.
So
like
I
that.
move to continue it.
Well, okay, and do you guys wish to continue it?
Yes.
I have the
Okay.
form right here that you have to sign to
And
continue.
what timing, is this waiting another
That means,
month?
that means we could not consider this again until next
Unless we do a
meeting.
special meeting, which, you know, we'd have to ask for a special meeting.
And that doesn't require letters.
And we could do the site visit.
And we'll do the site visit in the interim, that's correct.
It sounded like Caroline was really close. We just need to have some good guidelines so that there's moving
Yes,
forward.
I
this
mean, what we're
process.
saying is, so long as it's tastefully done. The trouble is can somebody define tastefully?
That's why the commission always votes on everything, otherwise you could just have set and dried rules and you wouldn't need us at all.
But, and I just want to also say that, I mean, the amount of time and effort that we're continuing to put into this, that we have already put into it, is because we want it to be tasteful. The last thing in the world we want
We
is for
understand
it
that.
to be untasteful or distasteful.
But it's still, well,
It's new.
with due
It needs
respect,
to-
it's not,
It's
you
new
know,
to, like, new, but not new, to your point. I mean, it's been here, and there are
It's at
other
the
homes.
point.
It's been
on
at the point,
It's
right.
already.
Right.
On non-main homes, right, on, like,
Right.
and each commission is different. I mean, back to my deck, which I don't have.
Relatively new though, at the point, it looks like.
yeah.
Every commission, every, we're continually losing and gaining members, and that changes the complexion of the
Yeah.
commission.
I mean, I know this, this is a topic, right? It's at the State House. They, there's been bills putting around the State House to help this process along because and there's a lot of time and effort put into this, money. Our roof's about to leak and we're extending
Another month.
something that I think there wouldn't be a better example unless you didn't put any solar on.
Okay, so we are continuing, and what would be we should set a date for the site visit.
Yes, we should.
But would it be, would you be able to get the solar panel
Yeah, I
there
can
for
get
the
it.
site? visit?
Yeah, you guys let me know the date, I'll have a panel there for you, no problem.
When can you get it by?
I can do it tomorrow.
Whoa.
Our next meeting is June 3rd.
Whatever's convenient for you guys, just let us know the date, and I'll have one of my guys print
Well,
it.
I think as soon as possible.
Do you have a card?
I do, in my backpack, I'll grab one.
The applicant has to sign that.
Oh, did you have a
Just
question?
saying you need to announce a time specific. Times, you need to announce it now.
The time of the site visit, yes, we're doing that.
Time, no,
For the continuance.
time specific for the next meeting, time, place, and date.
It's the
The
June
next meeting is June
3rd.
3rd at 6:05 PM.
So I can't be here at that meeting, and I wonder if we should consider postponing it for a day. I'll be back. I get back late that night.
In other words, make next month's meeting not the Monday,
The
but the
Monday, but
Tuesday.
Tuesday, I'm fine with that.
June 4th?
Okay.
I'm in Asia.
You're in Asia.
I'll come on your behalf with the letter.
Yeah,
As
you
long as
can't
one
have
of you
someone
is
come
here,
on your
it's fine.
behalf.
You don't
It's
have to.
easy
It's
enough.
just a big deal.
So what did we just agree to? Is our meeting June 4th?
June 4th,
Is
I've
there
got
a way
nothing
to
scheduled in.
consider
But, John,
way
before we-
for a special meeting?
This meeting will
Well,
be
you
June
need to be
4th.
here.
Well, that's what I'm
June-
saying. Is
The
there a
whole
way
thing,
to
all
consider
right.
it in between, like a
Everything.
special meeting,
What's
where
that?
you'd still be here?
Or the site visit.
The site visit?
The site visit is separate than the hearing. They're asking if we would do a separate meeting just to take up this,
That's hard.
this
I don't
notice
think so.
requirements.
I don't think so. We've never done that.
Well,
We have done it.
We can do it, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
Well, then I think, are you going to be here the 3rd?
No.
Oh.
Well, your rep can be.
I just feel like it's a really big thing. I wish you could be here.
I think we'll have better clarity though after the site visit.
I do too.
I think so,
Right, so after the
I
site visit.
I have a
you've seen
feeling the
panel.
site
Yeah.
visit's
I think that's where the
what's
decision's
gonna.
probably made.
I
This
do
is
too.
the
I think
formality.
the site
Exactly.
visit is important.
I agree with that.
Because I wouldn't want to drive to, it's like if after the site visit, you guys know, then just let us know,
Right,
rather than
right.
coming in to hear the know. So maybe at the site visit, we can get an idea of.
Have the shingle.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we have to do everything at a public meeting.
Oh, I understand that, yes.
Duly
I'm also-
notified.
of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah.
I just think we'll have good clarity after that meeting.
Well, that will certainly take letters.
So we have a time and a date for the meeting, do we have a time and a date for the site visit?
I don't have a date yet for that. Do we have a date for the site visit?
Well, let's say next Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Next Saturday is the 11th, this coming Saturday?
Yeah.
The 11th, okay,
The 11th?
yeah,
We can do that.
at 9 o'clock.
I can't be there, but I don't think that's a problem.
No, because you're already
Well,
favored.
You could do it on like a Sunday, then, if you
It's
can't be there.
Mother's Day.
I mean, any other day.
I'll be away.
Mind.
I'll be away that weekend.
Sunday's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, what about during the week?
That would be
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Bill, I think it's okay, because, I mean, we can't discuss anything at the site visit anyway.
But you're going to see something at the site visit.
Yeah, but I can see that by walking down the street. I mean,
No, but you're going to see it in place.
I won't see it in place.
He's gonna have-
I would see the material, but,
not gonna
I mean, I've seen the newer materials, they're not that shiny.
Okay, but it's important that we see it there in this setting, I think, very important.
Well,
So we could, if you can't make it, we can, our schedules probably
you
would
make it?
accommodate you.
I could make it most days this week.
How about
Well,
Friday?
except the 8th. Friday morning would work?
Friday morning would be fine.
11 o'clock. Okay.
11?
I don't miss that for anything.
Well, wait, so you're talking, so if we did it at 9, that would work?
No, wouldn't work,
Oh,
but 11 would work.
What
11
about
would work.
Thursday?
Thursday's fine.
Thursday.
What time?
At 9, want to do 9?
Okay, everyone?
9 a.m.
What are we talking about?
Thursday at 9.
Let's see.
Thursday.
May
The 9th?
May 9th.
9th, okay.
I won't be there, but I don't need to be. So,
I think
Actually,
it's probably most
the
important
9th
that
would work better for
Bill
me.
and Beverly and Caroline go to
Yeah,
the site visit. Because
absolutely.
I think Garrett and Rudd and I have already assented to
right,
this.
right, we already think.
So I think those are the most important people to go to the site
Yes,
visit.
I agree. Okay, I think we're set.
So this
Thursday
Thursday.
night.
I can't make it.
No,
No.
this is like who's on first.
Okay, well,
Okay,
Why don't you go back to Saturday? Because, I mean, as
You don't need-
Deborah said, I don't need to be there.
I mean, either Thursday or Friday better
Uh-huh.
than the weekend for me, but.
okay, go back to Friday.
But take me out of the
Friday at
equation.
11,
Okay,
Friday
Friday
Friday at 11,
Friday at,
11 a.m.
okay.
very good. You got that, Caroline?
We're gonna make that work.
Friday, 11 a.m.? Are you okay?
Friday,
Yeah,
May
it's-
10th.
Very good. Okay. I think we've got
Friday at
we've
11
got a
a.m.
plan.
is the site visit.
Okay, and we're clear who's attending.
Anyone who's available, the most important people are gonna be there.
And just to clarify, our next month's meeting will be on Tuesday, the 4th.
Tuesday the 4th, can you change the date on that to Tuesday the 4th? Instead of Monday
Thursday
the
the
3rd?
9th, right? No, Friday the 10th.
That's for the next hearing
what
date.
time is this?
So we'll take this up again, put it on the agenda,
Well, 11 a.m.
and we'll have a vote.
Very good.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, so this is
Friday at
continued.
11.
Complicated, but we're going to get there.
Friday at 11 this Friday.
Can I just ask for this gentleman to, whatever pictures that you were sharing, can you send those
I have
so
them.
that I can get them? You have them?
I've got them all.
Okay, great.
She doesn't have
Great.
It isn't a long walk.
Do you want any of these?
Do you want the ones that we projected? Because they're not all.
The precedent ones
I
that
can
you
send them to
provided,
right now.
You don't.
we don't need those. We need what your application is. It's fine. We have what we need.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, next item of business, little past our due date. Westport Grange.
And also, I'm part of this one too.
Okay, well, pull up a chair. Make yourself comfortable. Okay.
I love the green tent.
And would you mind just sliding the microphone over to
Oh,
the
yeah,
center?
slide that so you can, whoever's gonna talk, yeah.
She's gonna talk.
Okay. There you go, good.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Sherry Spencer Brown. I'm on the steering committee at the Grange.
I'm Sarah LaValle, I'm the vice president.
Yeah. And we're here because at the Grange, we have a significant flooding problem that has impacted the food pantry that's in the basement. And we are going to need to replace the gutters around the whole building. And the gutters at this point are too small, and on the north side of the building, the gutters are wooden that we believe many years ago were put in place by the CPC grant. So we're here because we need to get all the gutters taken care of to reflect, to be able to handle the water. So we want to make sure that we're well-informed and coming to you so that we do everything in the proper way.
So I'm Betty Slade, Chair of the CPC. This is the first example of this. When private entities get grants with CPA funding, they have to sign a grant agreement. And as you know, anything historic preservation comes through you, especially if it's buildings. Some other things might not, but through the buildings. And you do a recommendation to CPC. CPC looks at that recommendation. So far in my tenure, it's been accepted every time. So in the grant agreement, it says if anything that has been done, for example, on the Grange, using CPA funds, if they want to change that, they need to do 2 steps. One, they need to come to the Historic Commission and get the Historical Commission's approval. Historical Commission then tells the CPC, and we approve generally. So that's why this is happening. It may happen again. So far, as I said, it hadn't happened. So it's up to you.
Okay.
What material do you plan to replace the gutters with?
With the same material as all the other gutters of our building currently, which is the standard gutter. The difference is the size of it.
Wait, it's standard, is it aluminum, is it
Yeah.
fiberglass,
Yeah,
is it?
it's aluminum, I would think, yeah, and it's small aluminum, there's only one side. Yeah.
So you're gonna replace even the existing aluminum
Yes.
with something that'll
Yeah.
handle more?
Because it's too
The
small.
capacity that we had.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
The gutter that has been approved in the historic district is fiberglass, and here's
Right.
what
we've,
it looks like.
We did get some pricing
Mhm,
on that,
mhm.
and an example would be, do you want me to give you the estimate difference?
This is not the Historic District.
No.
No, I'm just mentioning it, if they wanted something that had a longevity,
Right.
this
So-
would be the thing to use, because
Right.
people are replacing they think, like in the district, they think that they have to replace the wooden gutter with the wooden gutter.
You know.
So we've researched the fiberglass gutter and said, if you want something that's going to,
Right.
it's built by a boat company, so it's gonna last a
We
long
did get an
time.
estimate on that
Yeah.
because we were aware
Sure,
of that.
sure.
And so the estimate difference is, to do all the work is either $6,500 to do it with all the same gutters.
Mhm.
If we wanted to do that on the northern side, it would be $10,500.
Mm.
So it would be $4,000 more for us to,
Let me ask a
Do one
question.
side.
Do you have a picture of what the new aluminum gutter you'd like to install looks like? Because we've got nothing here.
We don't because we're still getting estimates, we just wanted to know what we had to do first, or if we had permission to do, replace all,
What-
we could get you pictures.
What would be nice is if you could get an aluminum gutter that had at least somewhat historic profile. Because that's mainly what our concern is how does it look? How does it look on the building? How does it look from the street? Just the fact that it's bigger is going to change somewhat, but, but wood is so thick that even if you were doing the same size as the wood on the outside, it would be more capacity on the inside.
yeah. So it's a 5-inch, it says K-style seamless. So,
That's a standard gutter. You don't have a picture, can't see it. I mean, what we do need is just a picture of how they were installed and so on, because we could have some suggestions as to how they are installed. We've had some problems in the district with people not doing the proper return, this kind of thing. That's an aluminum gutter. We do allow aluminum gutters at this point in the district, we have.
yeah.
But we want them to be installed just like the wood gutter.
Right, and it would significantly improve the appearance, because right now there's gutters and downspouts all over the building. This
Is-
would condense all of that, so it wouldn't be.
What is the shape of the roof? Is it a hip roof?
I
Do you have a picture of it?
I do have a picture of that. Yeah.
Good.
I don't have a great picture, but this is the the northern side of the building.
So it's just a straight pitch roof?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this
It's
is a
not
pitched
hip
roof now.
And then I have a picture of more of the front
So
of the building.
so basically, they're just two gutters, one on the south side and one on the north side? Is
Right,
that
and then we
correct?
have a front part of the building too, so that.
Could you just,
In the front, you have a what,
You
a
wanna see?
porch or something?
Could you see?
What's on the front?
There's a
Can-
small
I'm gonna
front
bring it
porch.
right
Oh, don't, no, I'm far
So
side.
this one
There's
has
a porch there.
And
I'll
that's a
bring it.
hipped porch, is that right? It
So
looks
there's
like,
gutters coming down.
yeah, it's a
off
hip
of that.
porch.
Okay, so this gutter then goes around there. I mean, it doesn't stop here, does it?
There's one that's going on this side, there's one that's going in the front, there's one over here, so we wouldn't, we
The
wouldn't
only
be all
one that we
separate.
got the funds for was the one on the north side. That's the only one that's like
I
it.
see.
It's, the rest are just done by the Grange without any funding.
And would you be seeking CPC funding, CPA funding for this? No?
That's the north side.
We're actually trying to get a Grange grant from the Massachusetts
Related.
State.
That would be nice.
She saw it.
But we have to have.
Did you see, Karen? I'm sorry.
And we would need to know before we go to them if we can do it.
This is the north side, so this is the wooden
Yeah.
gutter that's in
I-
question.
I think we would need some pictures and catalog cuts and, I mean,
So
it's,
we're just at the very beginning, so that's not a problem.
yeah.
Come back with some
And I-
pictures, and what was the sign?
Catalog cuts, I mean, that show the profile of the gutter.
Could you
and-
make a recommendation to them? This is not the, could you just make a recommendation of what type of gutter you'd like? First, you talk about fiberglass, but it's too expensive. But, and you mentioned special kinds of aluminum gutters.
Well, not special kinds, but just, we would, yeah, there are a lot of different kinds of aluminum
So if you could
gutters.
make a recommendation and just give it to them.
But we don't have a catalog of aluminum gutters here.
No, I don't mean right this second.
And there are also details about the installation that I think we can't really evaluate unless we have pictures of the building, so.
We'll get the wooden one as well as the regular ones that we have.
Could we have someone from the commission just take a look with one of these ladies? I mean, it's not something that
Well, we can't spend $4,000.
someone could take a look
I don't
with
have
them.
time.
No,
I'll
yeah.
drive by.
Yeah,
But the pictures would help. I mean, all we need is a picture.
yeah, but you're talking about another meeting, I guess.
Yeah, we are, I'm afraid.
You know, if we had the pictures right here, I mean, we could make a decision just like that. And if we had a description of, you know, the brand of the gutter used, but this is it, I mean, this is the aluminum gutter that's, you know, it's a continuous, what do you call it?
And
They
I think that's.
take it on the back of a truck and it goes through a mold thing.
Yeah, seamless.
But it gets to how do you do
It's not
the-
actually seamless, there are
how do you
seams
do
where you
the
hit the corners,
details?
but it's
Because
bent.
there's the
And
problem with
seam.
the aluminum gutter, is what you see right there, all those rivets and everything put into it, but you can't avoid that.
Right.
That's an aluminum or fiberglass?
That's
That's
aluminum.
aluminum.
But see, you can't tell the difference between that and the fiberglass, you know.
Right.
What's the
It's the
company?
corner.
Do we know the company that makes that?
Everyone does.
They all make them.
Can
That
she
is
take a
what-
picture of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, here, take a picture. I have two pictures here of the correct installation.
Okay.
See, people are coming to us and they're putting gutters, and they run the gutter along the fascia board
And then they just slap
And then
the
they-
end on it.
and put an end cap on it. If you look at Westport Point, they go around like this. Patty, you look at this,
Yeah,
they go around
much nicer, yeah.
and they return. It's
Uh-huh.
all part of the way the moldings were done. That's how the wooden gutter was
Maybe-
always installed.
Maybe we can approve something comparable to this. No, I guess not. I'm just thinking out loud.
Well, I think we can approve the aluminum gutter, and we can approve, if we see the actual fixtures, we can certainly approve and make recommendations on the installation based on what's the proper installation.
Versus the way it is now.
I don't know.
So could we,
I
I
can't
can't see
far.
there how it's,
Oh, no, this is just capped. It
yeah,
doesn't-
the way it is there, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's how it
so Betty, you're looking for a way to not use up an extra month? Is that right?
Well, it's up,
Downspouts.
Bill, I'm not We don't have a meeting until next June.
There is a gutter
Next
there,
in
so it does
June, we'll have
return
a meeting,
around.
middle of
It must
June.
return, it must return.
You could get that answer
Because
to
you got
them
two
before.
And it goes down
downspouts.
that side.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
our
I'm
next
trying to
meeting is
get at.
June 4th, I
Odd.
Is this,
You're not in a
That's
rush.
when we
Okay.
would know
Okay.
about the funding, if we get a grant or anything.
Okay, if you're not in a rush, then let's
Okay.
just,
So,
Well,
we can find out a whole lot
okay,
more.
but that would be
Just
great.
wanted to know what
So,
we needed to do.
one question, I assume that what you're planning to do, as you said, make it simpler, is rather than having two downspouts at this corner, you'd have one downspout, is that correct?
They're larger.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense, and that already is good, we like that.
Definite approval.
and we usually suggest round downspouts instead of the corrugated aluminum.
and that's not an increase in the price, that's just something that's used in the district because it doesn't have that corrugated metal look.
It's
And then
more-
people say,
more
well, the
historical.
round doesn't carry as much water. The round carries the same amount of water as the square one, or the
So
rectangular.
instead of the 3x4, you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying instead of
The round one is just
corrugated
round.
aluminum
Instead
Instead of
downspout,
square
just a
corrugated
pipe,
aluminum,
like a round
just a
pipe.
round, it's just basically a round
Round.
gutter,
Yeah.
round downspout, excuse me.
And once they recommend, we say, okay. You're all set.
Okay.
So
So,
we should plan on having another meeting.
sounds
and have
that way,
photos
and it sounds like our next meeting is not going to be the first Monday, but the first Tuesday
Tuesday.
of June.
So
Okay.
do we need a continuation for this matter?
Well, this is not a public hearing. I mean, it is all our meetings are public, but what I mean is, we don't need to notify anybody about this.
Because it's not an historic.
And there's no application.
There was no application to
It's just,
continue.
we're just our consideration.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we're just approving it for the
Right.
CPC. Okay.
Just show up with what you got, okay?
That's the first Tuesday
Yeah.
in June. Okay.
Thank you.
But we'll make a note for our agenda for the next meeting to have them on the agenda. Are we deciding to do that?
Yes, but I think we have to put them after the application.
After all applications. You'll be on the agenda, but at the end of any applications.
We're not sure when that's, how many applications we're
Okay.
gonna get between
Right.
now and then, and how
So
long it'll take.
Tuesday,
Like tonight's took a
June.
while.
Whatever. Okay.
I'm just moving everything so I don't feel like this.
I know, your neck.
We need a longer table. Just for clarification, 1958, which is the motion that failed.
Right.
That, we have to send out notices that it's a public hearing, but the date has changed, or do
Very
you?
good. Very
Or
good.
do you think, or not?
Well, how do we generally handle
If
containers?
we hadn't changed the date, we wouldn't have had to.
At the meeting, this meeting,
We announced
we
the
announced the
continuance.
date.
So then
So
that's-
it was
that's
second,
public-
that's
public
the
notice.
argument if it had been on the 3rd, but now if it's on the 4th,
But we still said it will
it'll
be
be
on the 4th.
All right,
So
tell
we
them
did it
no
this
letters.
If
meeting.
there were concerned the butters here, then they would know
yeah.
that this is gonna be continued.
Okay,
We don't
That makes
send out
sense.
notice.
I mean, that's the
yeah,
rationale of the.
okay. Okay. Is it 6:40 yet? Yes, I think it is. Okay, next item is discussion and election of new officers to
What
various
about
commissions.
non-applicability?
I
You
think
want to
that's
do that
later.
first?
Oh, I
We
don't
can
know.
always do that first. Okay,
Well,
well,
that's under
in that
general
case,
business.
monitors reports, I know, Deborah, how are we doing on
Yeah, I
monitors
have
reports?
another updated report to submit for the minutes
That's
on
terrific.
recent ones that we've looked at, and I think 21 Valentine Lane installed her window, so that's done.
Good,
The replacement repair of the chimney at 2042 Main Road is completed.
and how does it look? Good?
Good.
Yeah, good.
Let's see, there's in progress at 2038 and 2040. They are well underway. Have you been
Bill and I
watching that?
were- we-
Okay.
Actually, we are the monitors there.
You're the
We-
monitors
We've
for
been
that.
to the site.
As a work site, it's a mess.
I
It's a
just,
messy
okay,
website.
I'll report on that.
Go ahead.
I was there a few days ago, and it's well underway. The small 18th century cape that's in the back is all exposed.
Down to
The
sheathing.
shingles are taken off, so it's right down to the sheathing. And what they're doing is assessing the structure, the sills and so on, in order to raise the building up 1 foot. That's what's being done right now.
Yeah, that was what was approved.
Right.
The addition that's going to be attached to the back of the house is being gutted out at this point. And so is the house. And ready to be taken down.
Yep.
And so it's going on schedule. And,
In accordance with
right,
what's been.
right. So there have been no changes at this point from the architect, except there was a window change that was brought up at our last meeting. Also, on 1990 Main Road, which is a small, not antique, but very nice Cape Cod style house, almost across from the Pawcatuck, that we approved an addition on the back. That addition is complete.
That's this one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's a
that,
picture
yes,
of that.
that one.
It's totally,
More well-developed now.
well, it's all shingled now, the
Yep.
windows are installed, the trim is on, so our part of it is pretty much taken care of.
And one of the neighbors, who I ran into at the barber shop this morning, said it looks a lot better than he feared, and he's pretty pleased with it.
Well, there's
That
the
looks very
problem,
sweet.
because the neighbors were so much against it,
Right.
and it just didn't seem that it was going to be an incongruity.
Right.
It's still way too big for the lot, but they did a nice job
They
on
did a
the
nice job.
construction.
Yeah. And the fact that they don't have those privacy wing walls makes it much more compact.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it works.
Also, I'd like to mention that at the Westport Lobster, if you notice, there's a small, architecturally maybe nondescript house that is being restored or repaired at this time. It's a wonderful thing to see that happen, because that was going to be demolished.
Right.
And it is part of the streetscape and a part of the history. And I think it would be missed by the, everyone, you know,
Yeah, they're doing a
that
great
goes
job.
by. Now, that's Skip and Pam Manchester, and they called Rudd and I, and this goes back like 6 months ago,
Yeah.
and wanted us to take a look at it. Now, Ralph always notifies us if it's on the historic register, of course. And of course, the barn, which is the old livery stable, is been nicely preserved and kept there, which we were so afraid of, something happening to that very important treasure. When we were there to see that little white house. And we looked at it. We had no power over it, but they just wanted to look at it. But the reason we were looking at it was because you never know what's inside. You could see a house that looks like that, and that thing could be 18th century. There could be a wonderful frame, early 18th century, and that's a little different if we see that. But this was just a regular, maybe 1920 or so, or turn of the century house.
Yeah. There was
And
nothing special.
Our attitude was, you know, we can't do anything about it, and it's not that historically important. But we did say, you know, people are going to really miss that house. You know, it's been there, it's part of the streetscape and everything. That's all we said. And so there it is.
It looks good.
Yeah,
I've
I
noticed
was
it
really
too.
happy to see that happen.
Good. Okay.
And they're doing a great job, too.
Did you have anything else on
I
your list?
have a couple of other things I want to just get onto the record. So, as we all know, I sent an email around to the commission members, not for a response, but just for information, that next week on Thursday at New Bedford Superior Court, there will be the first of these legal matters will come before the Superior Court, and I sent out that information in case anybody wants to attend that hearing between the town and Bronca, and the complaint is in our record. The other thing we got notice of is to preserve records, because we're in a litigation posture now, and we got a letter on April 17th from Hinckley Allen regarding Bronca trustee and Town of Westport, that we are to preserve any evidence, whether it's electronic or printed, that might be relevant. So we have to be mindful of our electronic mail hygiene.
Everything
So
we've
just-
done on this occurred in public meetings.
I understand that, but we got this notice, and I want to get this
And
notice.
those records are already
into the
being
record.
preserved, so.
And our records are very good. We went through them and we got all of our documentation in order for all of the minutes. So we have that, but I want to get this into the record.
Right.
The other thing I wanted to get into the record was Ralph's letter to Bronca telling him that there was a decision denying his application. This was a letter dated March 21st, and it's from Ralph Souza to Bronca and Sabra, the trustees of the A&C Trust. So I wanted to get that also into our minutes
Very good.
for this
Thank
meeting.
you.
And that's all I have.
Great, thank you.
Are you going to circulate those, post them?
I'm going
somewhere?
to circulate these to the group, and they'll be in the
No.
minutes as an
Well, okay,
attachment
yes. I was
to the
gonna say,
minutes, a list of attachments, not the actual document, just the
Hmm.
list. And the name of the document will be unique.
If-
But if you want to see the document, you should do it here in this public meeting. I mean,
I'd like to see the
You wanna see
document
the-
from Ralph, or, I mean, is
Yeah.
it,
This is a letter from Ralph to Bronca. Here's
is it legitimate to read it into the record?
you want to read it?
It's short. Why don't somebody read it into the record?
Okay, great.
That's all public information.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Read it in.
Everything, yeah, it's public.
Okay, dear,
Okay.
so this is from Ralph Souza. Dear Mr. Bronca and/or Mr. Sabra, I have received the Westport Historical Commission's decision denying your application for a certificate of appropriateness filed with the town clerk's office on March 6, 2024. After review of 780 CMR 9th edition 1 and 2 Family Building Code, section R105.6, suspension or revocation, I'm authorized to and hereby do revoke the 2 permits issued for the property at 2015 Main Road, Westport, Mass., as the permits were issued prior issuance of a certificate by the Westport Historical Commission as required by GLC 40C, Section 6, Article 19 of the Town of Westport bylaws, and Section 7A1 of the Westport Historical Commission rules and regulations. If you should have any questions, please call, etc.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't the May 16th meeting about the whole question of enforcing?
Enforcement.
It's enforcement, it isn't from Branca to the town, it's from the town.
Town to
To
Bronca,
Bronca.
yeah.
Bronca, that, and basically, these, the letter you just written needs enforcement by the court.
Right.
So
It's an
a very
enforcement
important
action.
meeting.
It's an important meeting. Yeah, I understand a few people are going to attend, a few people in the butters and whatnot.
What time did you say it
It's
was?
at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. I will be there.
Okay. Now, can we discuss the election of new officers?
Monitors?
Officers.
Oh, non-applicability.
What about non-act, oh, you want to do that now?
Well, I don't know.
But what have we, oh, yes, we've got a couple.
All we have is John Moriarty.
Yes.
1935 Main Road, replace 5 windows, wood gutters, like for like.
Right. Approved. We approved it. Okay. And we know that he will do it right.
Yes, he will do it right.
Okay. Next time, Garrett, I'm going to turn it over to you to start with.
Okay, well, I told Rudd that, that I was willing to put my name forward to become chair after he leaves. And
Or even before I leave.
even before you leave, possibly. Anyway, Rudd, you've done a great job, and I wish you the best.
Don't need that.
Yeah, but I wish you the best in your new home, and we will try to move on without you.
Do you need a second? I second.
I'm not moving, I'm just telling.
I nominate Garrett as chair.
I second.
All in favor?
When would that take effect?
Well, that's a very good
I think
question.
for the next meeting,
That's
from
a
what
very
I,
good question. Yeah, since
Yeah.
you'll be
We
here
can't
now on
afford
the
to be
4th.
down anybody right now.
How about effective as of tonight?
That's a
Oh, yeah.
Who's preparing the
nominate Gary
agenda? Are you
effect-
preparing the agenda or am I?
I'll prepare the agenda.
Okay, so then effective tonight.
But I think you can adjourn the meeting
I-
tonight, so.
Effective as of the close of the meeting tonight.
Okay.
There, okay, good.
So let's do a vote.
Beverly should approve. Did I just, are we gonna be down one more person?
No, I'm gonna be on the commission as long as I'm in
Okay, you're just not
town.
chairman.
How long will you be in town?
So finishing the
I
vote,
don't know.
Beverly,
That's
Should
part of the
I-
problem.
I approve, I.
Deborah Chiaffi, aye.
William Kendall, aye.
Rudd Lawrence, aye.
Can I vote?
You
Yeah,
can abstain from your own vote, but
Ron, no, Bolter, aye.
Garrett Stuck abstained.
Very good. Okay.
Okay, I nominate Bev Shush for vice chair.
I thought you were.
I was.
What?
he's nominating her as vice chair.
Well, okay, have we had a discussion on this?
No, hello.
I'm just nominating. I'm just nominating.
Can we table this for now?
Can I nominate Deborah for clerk?
You've
Yes,
discussed this? I
She's
assume?
been,
Have you discussed this?
Yeah, we actually did discuss
Good,
it.
that's
Yes, we
great,
have,
that's
yes,
wonderful,
we've
okay.
I
collaborated.
second.
Well then, okay, so that, I'm gonna start with you.
Caroline Bolter, aye.
Garrett Stuck, aye.
Rudd Lawrence, aye.
William Kendall, aye.
Beverly should,
Very good, okay. I think I.
There wasn't a second?
You seconded.
I seconded.
He seconded it.
Garrett seconded, okay.
Okay.
I'd like to announce our new secretary,
Really?
Katrina,
Here,
has
here.
joined us as secretary.
Thrilled.
it's you or nobody, so.
On the record.
Yeah.
We're
We'll
thrilled.
just make you do it all over again.
We're thrilled that you've agreed
don't like
to be
it.
secretary.
Yeah, yes, we are, absolutely, thank you.
I apologize for the
And-
errant remarks. I will know better next time not to offer up seamless gutters when I.
No, it's,
Can I ask a question about alternates? Because we have a few people who have put up their hand who would like to be alternates, so how do we do that?
Let's approve them. I mean, we don't
Do
have.
they have to go through the
select
select board and write a
But
letter?
They
if
write
we
a
think,
letter.
if we think they'd be good alternates, then let's, let's,
It's a 2-sentence letter. Hi, I've lived in the Pointer. I care about the historic
Right.
district. I'd like to be on the
Okay.
panel. And they
So-
say yes.
could we know the names?
Caroline Unruh has
Okay,
agreed,
yeah, good.
and you had someone,
Kat Repper
Okay,
has agreed, and also Ursula Liff, who came before us a
sure,
while ago.
okay, so
That's
both two
three
people who've come
people. So
before us,
three.
that's always a good
Great,
sign.
great.
That's terrific.
so
Thank you
more the
very
merrier,
much.
yes.
Okay, so that is very
A lot of
important.
That is extremely important. In fact, I have a feeling that we're down one permanent member. Is anyone wanting to, but are you interested in becoming a permanent member, a voting member?
I would love to do that, but.
But no, the secretary
I'm
cannot
deciding to-
do that.
Yeah.
Secretary
I-
can't be a voting
secretary-
member?
Well, she,
Of course they can.
oh, yeah, well, if you want to be a member?
Yes,
After I perform secretarial duties for a period of time.
okay.
Well,
Because-
we'd love to have you as a member.
Yes,
we
we
would.
would.
I don't think I can do both though, right?
You can,
I can't.
you can, yep.
Well, you would be a member, and then we would nominate you and vote you in as secretary.
Right. But she's already our secretary.
Do we need,
Yeah,
do
we
we need
already
a
did
vote?
that.
Do we need a vote to that?
Do we
I think
vote?
we have to vote for.
We should
to
vote.
make
I
her
nominate
secretary.
Katrina to be our secretary for WHC.
I second that.
Beverly should, aye.
Deborah Chialfi, aye.
William Kendall, aye.
Rudd Lawrence, aye?
Garrett Stuck, aye.
Caroline Bolter, aye.
Yay.
Can I nominate Bill Kendall as vice chair?
Well,
You already
He's
get
already
this-
vice chair.
I'm not, I'm.
He's
I'm-
already vice
I
chair.
am retaring,
No, you're not.
resigning,
No, you're not.
When?
You can't.
right now,
You are?
as chair, as vice chair.
Oh,
No, Bill. Just
Can we
let the
take
dust
a
settle
beat?
a little bit.
Take a beat.
We've got a lot of
Yeah.
new stuff going on. We've got the pool thing.
You are declining.
Well, because I think you're fabulous in the job.
But that isn't the point. You'd be very good. I mean, you have a background in all of this.
I don't know
And-
Windows, though, the way you know Windows.
I'll always be here for
Windows
windows.
and gutters.
Windows
will
and-
be
and
here for
other-
that.
and all
It's
material-
just the
all
vice chair.
materials and
The vi-
architectural issues.
The vice chair doesn't do anything.
Except take over when the chair's not
That's
here.
all.
Garrett travels a lot, so.
I don't feel competent to stand in that position.
What I love
You'll
is that we have to
moral
do this in a
support
public
from us.
meeting.
Yes.
Well,
Because we
can
can't do
just-
it private.
Now that can I go home and think about it?
You can think about it, but I'll coach you.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
It means I'm gonna go home and,
Well, I think we need a new slate of officers, you know.
Okay.
we can do that
Very
next
good.
time.
Yeah, we probably also need a new treasurer
Ooh, good,
eventually.
good point.
But if we've got some new people coming in, then
Bill would make a great treasurer.
No, I'm good at windows.
anyway, just
I
throwing
had
that
to
out there.
delete my calculator because it was hacked, so, that's a point. What
Okay.
does the treasurer do exactly?
Also, do we need a new appointee to be our representative to this CDC? Or can you do both? CPC, excuse
I'm
me.
willing to
CPC.
continue to do both.
He's in 5 years.
He's there for 5
He's there
years.
for 5
He's
years.
stuck.
Does that mean-
Doesn't matter what he
Can't
is.
leave.
Okay.
So you have a term limit on that?
That's why we call him Garrett Stuck.
Yeah.
There it is stuck.
Okay,
So I had one other thing.
good.
So Betty arranged a meeting between Deborah and Betty and I and Chris Skelly, who worked for 24 years as the Director of Local Government Programs at the Massachusetts Historical Commission. And he now works as a consultant, and he provides, among other things, training. So we talked to him about that, and his rate is very reasonable. He provides a 90-minute training via Zoom for $150. If he comes here, he lives in the western part of the state, so if he comes here, it's $350, but I don't see why we couldn't do it remotely. And then we also talked about having him do a report to look at our bylaws, our rules and regulations, to look at the assets in the historical district. And he gave us a proposal for that too. That amount is $900. So what I would like to ask tonight is that we approve the spending of trust fund dollars to schedule 3 training sessions by Chris Skelly. And so that would amount to $450. And we would schedule those, at a time that's convenient to the members of the commission.
How would we do that exactly? We don't have the facilities here to do a Zoom, do we?
We could probably.
Bring a laptop.
It's, no, but I think you're asking about the physical, like
Yeah,
the screen and everything, yeah. Probably we could get help to send,
All together someplace?
yeah, but could we get Chris on a big screen?
You would do it at home, just individually.
Individually.
We could do it that way, yeah. So we could do it as a public meeting. If we did that, then we could discuss anything that's come before us in the past. If we do it privately, then we can listen to what Chris says to us, we can ask generic questions, but we wouldn't be
Wait for a public
able.
meeting to discuss it. That sounds like a bad plan.
Well, how about, you said 3 sessions, how about one of them be a public session?
We could do that.
Save all our questions.
Yeah, so the 3 sessions, we discussed with him, he's got a website with a bunch of training possibilities, and the 3 that I was most interested in, number 1, running efficient and effective hearings and meetings, 2, design review exercises from small to large projects, and 3, violations and enforcement in locally designated historic districts. And so each of those would be 90 minutes. I think I'd learn a lot. Probably we'd all learn a lot.
This would be a public hearing
Well,
at a date other than our meeting.
it could be a public hearing, in which case we'd invite the public, and then we could talk about anything. Or it could be just a Zoom with members of the committee or commission and Chris Skelly.
Or what it could be is at the end of a meeting, and you get a room like this,
Mhm.
so it's a public meeting, we can
Mhm.
discuss anything you want, and there you are. Yeah,
It might be kind of long.
it would be cool, it's
Yeah,
another hour and a
yeah.
half.
It's 90 minutes.
Could I suggest that you ask Chris Kelly?
Okay.
I'd suggest you ask him what is his experience with it. because if it's public, I think at least you should start out with private meetings.
Yeah.
And he will be educated, it's educational.
Right.
It's not to
He'll
discuss
tell you things
specific
you're not doing that you should be
issues. He's not
doing.
going to discuss your projects.
Yeah,
He would
yeah, we
discuss,
just,
generalize how it works elsewhere, et cetera.
But we couldn't ask questions.
Yes, you can ask questions.
you can't, but you can ask a question like, how about that case we talked about last week?
Right.
You can't refer to anything that's
And
actually
we can't,
come
we
before
can't
us.
discuss it among ourselves either. We can't, it has to be only to him.
In generic.
Because-
No, we can discuss things that aren't business among ourselves. We
You
just
can
can't.
ask Chris that question.
Yeah,
He
Chris
knows
will
the
tell
answers.
us.
Well,
Chris
we
will
have,
tell
the
us.
open
Ask
meeting
Chris
means
that.
we have to, it has to be an official agenda item.
Let's
Let's
ask
with the
let's
town
ask
clerk.
Our friend Smirridge tells me that, you discuss anything, somebody's gonna say you're violating the open meeting law, quite frankly.
Unless it's posted with the town clerk and
Right.
if
And we
it's
can
not,
actually have a virtual public meeting,
Right.
right? So,
if you post a meeting, let's say we meet in the morning, which I like to meet rather
Mhm.
than at night,
But you're not the vice chair
Well,
anymore.
no, I know. Well, I am until I can.
Till he can twist your arm.
You can post that as a public meeting,
right.
just simply through the town clerk, and we can have a meeting at that time. It doesn't have to be at our usual time at night.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it would be just for us.
It would be, well, it wouldn't be just for us. I mean, it would be a
It
Zoom
would be,
meeting.
yeah.
Anybody, the link would be published, anybody could join.
And you say that would be Zoom, or would he be here?
No, it would be Zoom.
It's all gonna be
Yeah.
Zoom.
You can, well, why wouldn't he be here?
Because
Well,
that's another $200.
Oh,
He lives in the western part of the state.
I get
so,
it. I
he'd
get
have to
it.
travel here.
okay.
Could I really beg you to ask Chris how you should handle this?
Yes, yes.
Instead of, because he has experience, you don't.
Right.
So he can tell you how these are handled by, and he does it for hundreds of historic districts and cities.
Yeah, and we asked him some of those questions when
Just
we
ask
met
him,
met
and
them
yeah,
before.
because
So.
he will tell you the best way to do it for you to learn the most.
Right.
Educational meetings are allowed.
So Betty, you are the one who did the research on this then?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've known Chris Kelly for 24 years. Also, I wanted to say, and I don't know if you're going to mention, that, you can come to CPA, to CPC for CPA funding for next year if you want to have things done like
Upgrading
updating
the
the
inventory.
historic inventory,
Right.
that kind of thing. You can get funding from CPA funds. I am resigning as chair as of June for CPC, but I'll be probably vice chair for 1 more year.
Do you know who's coming in?
Yes, John Bell, I hope.
Okay.
Okay, so what I was hoping for is just a motion, a vote to authorize spending of these funds. For
I'll make a
purpose of
motion to authorize the spending of the funds for Chris Skelly
for three
Zoom
sessions.
meetings.
3 Zoom meetings.
3 trainings.
3
3
training
meetings.
sessions.
I second that.
Okay.
Caroline Bolger, aye.
Garrett Stuck, aye.
Bud Lawrence, aye.
William Kendall, aye.
Deborah Chialfi, aye.
Beverly Shep, aye.
Great.
Okay. Great.
Well, I want to thank Rudd for his chairmanship. He's done a good job through a very difficult time, and I feel rather guilty because I was the person who suggested to him that he would really enjoy being on the Historic Commission. It dealt with historic architecture, which he loves, and everything, and look what has happened.
Right. Okay,
So, thank you, Rudd, and I was the chair at that point when I did this. And of course, I didn't have it in the back of my mind to pass it on to Rudd, but I did.
Thank you.
We will
Thank
miss
you.
Rudd. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I move that we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor? This one we're gonna do with. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And this I'm turning over to you.